Okay, so today's reading is how can I heal from the jab or the shot? Now, this video is only for entertainment purposes only, so disclaimer here, if you please seek professional advice and do your own research on the healing methods. Okay, so with that, let's get started. So the first three cards that I drew out is basically this is the main card, which is the strength. And then after that, with the Seven of Wands and as well as the Two of Wands. So basically, to heal yourself, you will need to deal with a lot of issues and you will need to have strength and you need to be open to ideas. Okay, so basically that's what the cards are saying. Strength, because there is something which is now foreign in your body or something which is not natural in your body, so you need to manage that and you need to have the strength to do it. Basically just be strong, so that you can deal with the issues, whatever issues that come up in your body, and as well as you need to be open-minded, okay, to perhaps the healing methods, okay. And then after that, the next few cards I drew out are these. Basically, it seems to me that you have some regret and you're full of confusion and doubt, and that you are also facing some pain. Okay, so yeah, so don't worry about this, because if you have this, then the next few cards will give you some hope. Okay, so these are the next few cards that I drew out. Okay, so as you can see, you have the Two of Pentacles and the World and the Queen of Cups. So basically, it seems that a treatment is possible, but you will need to give more weight to that which is beneficial for you. At the end of the day, you will need to give more weight to what is beneficial for you. So this is the general treatment. That is the World card, the general treatment which is available out there. And then maybe it works, but the thing is you've got to give more weight to what works for you. So I'm seeing that there is some kind of tailoring or customization for you. Okay, and at the same time, it's just not as straightforward. As you can see, there's waters at the back going up and down, and kind of like you're losing your balance a bit. So this is all learning. It's a learning process. It's not as easy as what I say, you know, take something that is generally out there and tailoring it for yourself. It's all a learning process, and sometimes you may lose your balance a bit. Sometimes you could be a bit unsure. Okay, so that is why this card is here. There is a lot of confusion. There is a lot of doubts. Okay, but yeah, but generally the idea is whatever treatment that is out there, perhaps it works. Just bear in mind that you are an individual, so you are different. So you need to adjust. You need to adjust for yourself. Okay, and then after that, the next few cards that I pulled out, it basically tells your journey to recovery. So first of all, it starts off with the Death card, followed by the Five of Swords, and then the Emperor, and then after that, the Four of Cups, and finally the Nine of Pentacles. So let's see what it means. So basically, to me, this is the journey to your recovery. So this is the beginning, and then you will end up with this journey, the end of the journey here. So let's start off with the Death card. So the Death card, what I'm seeing here is that, well, you need to, it's not the morbid death, but it is the card where you need to have a change in your thinking. Okay, you need to have a change in your thinking. And the thing is, once you have a change in your thinking, then you can start reclaiming back your power. Okay, and from what I see here, the card is, to me, this is where you claim back your power. There is a battle right now, and it's a battle for your mind. So here it shows me a card that once you have realized that things are not what they seem, this is where your thinking has to change. The world is not what it seems. Okay, so this is where you need to kind of like change your thinking. Now, change your thinking is not as easy as that, because we have a lot of our paradigms, we have a lot of our attachments, we have a lot of our opinions. And to change our opinions, to change our paradigms, is actually a part of us is dying. But anyway, even though a part of us is dying, and some of us may not want to give that up, we're very comfortable with the way our thoughts are. So we need to change our way of thinking. So to a lot of us, it's not that easy, okay, to give up our ideas, to give up our perceptions, to give up our views on what the world is, okay. And so this death card, it is no joke. It is a transformation of your mind. But once you realize that the world is not what it seems, then you can start transforming. And this one would, once the transformation start, then what happens is that you're going to reclaim your power, okay, from the authorities, from the pharmaceutical companies, from the corrupt government. Basically, you start reclaiming. What you're thinking is that they don't have my best interest at heart. You realize this. Okay, and this is a big jolt to some of you. Okay, and then once you do that, there's a big battle going on. So here you have the skies, the gray skies. So to me, this is a battle for the mind. This is the battle for the mind. But at the end of the day, you are the one who benefit. Okay, you may not see it now that you are the one to benefit, because then you will have to start rebuilding your views, your perceptions. But just know that this is where you start, you will do yourself a big favor. Okay, so this is where you start reclaiming your power by seeing more clarity, okay, by relying on yourself to inform yourself. Okay, so once that happens, then you become the emperor of your life. Okay, so you become the emperor of your life, and the emperor is all about personal power. Now here the emperor, he's still wearing his knight armor, and he is draped with a red cloth around him. So the knight armor means that you are still in battle. Okay, you are still in battle. Anytime you need to get off that throne, and you need to go into battle. Okay, and at the same time here you have the red cloth. So the red here represents authority. So you have taken power over your own life. Okay, you have taken power over your own life. So because of that, your life becomes more stable, because you have taken power over your own life. You have reclaimed back that power. Okay, so now if you look at his face, so he's looking more towards the left. So what it's saying is that even though you have reclaimed back your power, but you are still not discounting your enemy. Okay, so I call these people who have been like playing with you, messing up your mind, these are your enemies. So you are still wary of them. Not to say wary, but you are not discounting them. And that's what makes you wise here. Okay, now this is where the king here, which is you are still not discounting the enemy. The enemy can just get back up, and so you need to be prepared for that. And that is where your empowerment, self-empowerment comes in. You have the knowledge, and because you have the knowledge and you have realized that they are your enemies. So that empowers you. And so here you can see that the eyes here, he's looking towards the left, towards the enemies. Okay, he's still wary of his enemies. Now I'm going to zoom in. Okay, there I've zoomed in. So you can see if you zoom in, the king is looking straight at us. He is looking straight ahead. So looking straight ahead means that he is confident. He is confident. Okay? If he needs to go to battle, he is confident. Why? Because he has gained back his self-power. Okay? So from far away, it looks like he's looking towards his enemy. But if you zoom in, he is looking straight at us. So that speaks of a lot of self-power here. Okay, the Emperor card is all about stability. You have your own power. You have come into your own. Okay, so once again, you have to relinquish your old way of thinking. You have to relinquish, depending on your enemies for the information. This is where, you find your own information. This is where you start reclaiming back. Okay, so that is the Emperor, which is very good, is basically all about self-empowerment. And so why is this so important when it comes to healing yourself? Okay, I'll explain why in a moment. Okay, so right now, once you have that self-empowerment, then you are at a stage where you can pick and choose what you need for your life. So here you have the Four of Cups. So you can see here he's looking at all the cups, and other cups are being offered to him. So it is up to him to choose what is appropriate for him, when he wants to take it. Right now he's looking at the Three Cups. He may not take this one, or he may take this one, but he has a look of pondering. So this is, once you become the Emperor in your life, then you start choosing what is good for you. So this, at the same time, you can see that he's sitting on the grass, on the trees. So it's like when you are out in nature, you get a breath of fresh air. And it is always refreshing. Okay, so something where you in the past have been, perhaps you have been tied down by the misinformation that is coming from your enemies. Now, because you have self-empowerment, then what happened is that there is a breath of fresh air, in the sense that it's refreshing to know that you can choose your own, what is appropriate for your life and what is not appropriate for your life. You have come to that stage. And the result of that is that you have abundance, okay? So you have abundance because you have been self-empowered, okay? So you have abundance here. So you have prosperity, you have abundance, and at the same time here you are wearing the glove here. There is a bird here and it's perched on your hand. So it's perched on your hand, you are wearing the glove. So to me, what it means is that, now remember, you have taken the shot. So some of you could be feeling weak. Whatever it is, just because we have self-empowerment, it does not mean that we can discount the enemies altogether. So if we need to take some protection. We need to protect ourselves every once in a while when we see fit, okay? So this is a lot of maturity here, a lot of mature energy here. Okay, so but first of all, we have to go through a mental transformation. This is not easy. We have to give up our old opinions, our old perceptions. Okay, and then after that, this is where we need to go into battle. It's a mental battle. Do we want to rely on that information, or do we want to rely on ourselves? Are we going to verify the information, and so on? So this is a mental battle in itself. But once you come to that and you realize that these are basically your enemies, and basically you cannot depend on them anymore, that you have to take responsibility, then you have become the Emperor through self-empowerment. And with the Emperor here, You have the power to choose what you want that comes into your life, and you can choose whether to accept this or not. And it is very refreshing, as indicated by the trees and the grass. And then from there, you will have your material abundance, you will have your abundance, you will have your prosperity. Okay, you will lead a comfortable life. So here, when I talk about abundance and prosperity, now to each person it would be different, but you may not be a millionaire or a billionaire, but you are very comfortable in your living. And that is only possible because you have power, self-power, and you are able to choose what you want in your life and what you don't want. So here you are no longer dictated by the mainstream media of what is considered to be a good life, having a big house or 2 big cars, that kind of thing. Here you dictate your own life. Okay, you decide what is it that you want, what is it that it means to you of having a luxurious life. So a luxurious life to you could be, more time to spend with your family and so on. But whatever it is, you are no longer dictated by the mainstream media. Okay, so this is where the big mental transformation has to come in. Okay, so with that, you will have your prosperity. And at the same time, you are wary that this is not 100% foolproof. And so whenever you will need to wear those gloves and protect yourself. But what happened is that for you to realize when to wear the gloves, that tells you that you are now wiser. So you are now more aware of what situation which may harm you. And so because of those situations which you have decided based on your experience and your wisdom now, then you need to wear those protective gloves, or you need to protect yourself. Okay, so finally, I keep on asking, so what's the healing methods? What's the healing methods? So basically, from the healing methods, you will rejuvenate yourself. You will become younger. Okay, you will become younger. You will rejuvenate yourself. And in order to do this, you need to have self-empowerment. Okay, so here, now once again, when it comes to healing yourself, this is rejuvenation. You're becoming younger, and in order for this to happen, you need to get to the core of the problem. It cannot be something that you fix on the surface. It's got to be where you go into the core of your being and change your being. And once you are successful in that, then what happened is that you will notice that you have become younger, or you have become rejuvenated. So in other words, if you were obese, perhaps you will be slimmed down. If you have a condition, then the condition may go away. There's a good possibility that it would go away. But what it requires is for you to gain back your natural health. Okay, I'm talking about natural health. It's not healing something on the surface, but it's to the core. Then you need to take responsibility for your health. And when you take responsibility for your health, you will not be satisfied with just cleaning up the things on the surface, but you want to deal with the situation at hand. And in order to deal with the situation at hand, you have to go straight to the core and fix the core. And the moment you do that, there is no turning back. You will only become younger, or you will become rejuvenated. Okay, so that's what the Page of Swords is all about. So now the methods here, in this case, it is the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords. And the Ace of Cups. Okay, because there's a lot of cards, so I just push it aside, and yeah. Okay, so Eight of Wands here, it shows that the healing method is nature-based, and the other one is through cleansing. Okay, so nature-based, now I've drawn out some clarification card for here. Nature-based, it is effective. you ingest or whatever you do, it goes straight to help you with your problems, to solving your problems. And in terms of what you need to ingest, it's already there. Now, I did a reading on the repercussions for those who took the jab, and this card came out as well. Okay, so basically this natural method or nature-based treatment, or treatment which is based on nature, it is effective and it goes straight to what you need to heal. Okay, so the other thing is, I just want to let you know that even though it is effective, it will take time. Don't expect, because the thing is, and this is nature-based as opposed to the jab, which is a synthetic, kind of jab, that's synthetic. So that is what you have taken into your body. So now to heal yourself, you need to go back to nature. You need to go back to your core, and your core is all about nature. Okay, so so it is effective, but it will take time. Okay, it will take time. It's not just a matter of days. It could be weeks, it could be months, and for some people it could be years to heal. Okay, so but whatever it is effective, and some of the treatment is already there, is already out there. So here you have the Nine of Cups. So here you have the smug face on his face. He knows these are the treatments. Okay, so once again, it may not be what you ingest, but it could be, for instance, how many times you eat during the day. Do you eat one time? When do you sleep? Exercise, all these things. Okay, and of course, in terms, so this is nature-based treatment. Okay, so once again, it's about changing your lifestyle, moving about throughout the day, exercising. When do you eat? What time do you eat? Do you eat at night? How much sleep do you get? Okay, so this is nature-based. Now, and also I'm sure some of you would be thinking, so what is it that, is there any potion? Or yes, there could be. I am thinking of right now, but disclaimer, I am just suggesting, okay, I'm not suggesting. Some of the natural thing that you can do is take more vitamin C, go for a walk, absorb the vitamin D, perhaps, treatment like treatment which has been proven over time because it is safe, things like, hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin. But the thing is, I do not know. You have to do your own research. But what is the card is saying is that be open-minded, okay? Because the thing is, you need to get away from the mainstream media information. The mainstream media, they're not talking about how you can reclaim back your life. All they focus is on the virus, the jab. There is a way for you to get out from the effects of the adverse effects from the jab, and that is through nature based treatment. Okay, so that is the nature-based treatment. And the other thing is through cleansing. To me, cleansing means fasting, and these are the cards that came out. Now remember, when you do any of these treatments, whether it's nature-based or whether it's fasting or a combination of both, then what happens is that there is no turning back. You will become more youthful. Okay, so your body will become younger. Okay, so because here you are healing yourself on the core basis, you're not healing yourself on the surface anymore. So in order to heal yourself into the core is natural-based treatment. Okay, I'm not only talking about something that you ingest, but your way of life as well, and as well as cleansing. And to me, cleansing is all about fasting. So cleansing here, it will clear your mind. And these are the other cards that I pulled out. The other thing is, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about seasons. Okay, so seasons, you have your 4 seasons, it rotates. So when it comes to fasting, you can rotate between fasting period and non-fasting period. Now be careful, if you have never done a fasting before, you have to go slow on this, okay? You have to go slow. You can't just go where you have never fasted before and then you go on a 3-day fast. You may just want to start off with a 1-day fast, for the alternate days, things like that. Consult your professional advisors, okay? Consult professional help. Okay, so if you are unsure about fasting. So fasting here, it shows the Wheel of Fortune. That means you alternate between fasting and non-fasting. So maybe you want to start off with a 1-day fast first, followed by 3 days of non-fasting and another 1-day fast. This is just a general, I'm not even suggesting anything, I'm just giving you ideas. Okay, and the other thing is, for your non-fasting day, you also must be careful. You must be mindful of your body. Just don't reward yourself by binging just because, the day before you fasted, and because of that, it gives you a reason, or, a reason to binge. No, it doesn't work that way. After taking the jab, your body would be weak. Okay, so you need to regain back your health. So you see, the thing is, how the body works is that you have a set of energy, and you either use that energy to heal or recover, or you use that energy to break down your food. So the more you eat, the more energy will be taken away from the recovery process to break down that food. So even though you are not fasting on those days, then you have to be mindful of how much you eat and when you eat and how many times you eat. Okay, so once again, there is a lot you need to regain. So that means self-empowerment, and self-empowerment is where you need to regain back your mental powers, or you are not depending on the pharmaceutical industry or the corrupt government to feed you with information. So this is where self-education comes in. So to heal yourself, okay, to heal yourself at the end of the day, it is healing yourself to the core, and this involves also educating yourself. Okay, so that's why it is, for those of you who have not done so, it is a big step. Okay, so once again, with the cleansing, or in this case the fasting, then you would achieve clarity in mind, and the fasting would be done during alternative periods. And at the end of the day, you will see, you can actually see that your body is recovering. You can actually see this. So this is the Page of Wands. Look at him. He's looking, wow, my body, wow, my health. He can actually see it. He can actually feel it. Okay, so basically, at the end of the day, how do we heal ourselves? At the end of the day is self-empowerment. Okay, so whatever that is generally working, you need to tailor it. So you need to tailor it, give more weight so it tailors to your own individual self. And this is the journey that you are going to go through, which is the Death card. And then after that, you are going to have a mental battle, because you need to take back your power, become the emperor, and then from there you can choose what is it that is beneficial for you. You are no longer dependent on the mainstream or the corrupt government to tell you what to take and what not to take. Is your own decision now. And then from there you will come into a situation where you are very comfortable, okay? And for you, that is abundance. Okay, so once again, the treatment is nature-based, okay? And some of the treatments is already out there because it's nature-based. Okay, so the treatment would have been there. And yes, and the other one is through the cleansing. Okay, so cleansing, it will be done on alternate basis. It will allow mental clarity, and as well as you can actually see that your health is growing back. So once again, when you do this kind of healing, this is not on the surface healing, but it goes to the core. And because it comes about because of self-empowerment. Okay, so once again, it also ties back to this. Okay, if you want to heal, you will need to see what are the things that will benefit you and what are the things that you can do without. So once again, it also goes back to here. You take what is generally out there, but then at the end of the day, you will need to give more weight to your individual self. So yeah, so once again, it goes back here. At the end of the day, you will become stronger. Whatever that is, your health, you can manage it. You have the strength, but just be prepared. You will need to be dealing with all kinds of issues, and just be open-minded. Okay, so then the other thing is, before we end this, I also have these cards. This is some advice from the universe, which is confidence is your key to success and luck is on your side. So luck is on your side here. To me, I'm not just talking about any luck, but rather the universal force is behind you, and that is luck. So have the confidence, because with self-empowerment, then slowly your confidence will grow. That is the key to your success. And then with that, then the universal force will be behind you. I don't think you can separate these two. It just comes together. Okay, so with confidence, then the universal force or the luck will be on your side. Okay, that's it. Thank you.